Mm.
Vincent peeks over my shoulder, startling me with his voice.
Bah!
Ah!
Are you writing something?
Uh, 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 this barely counts as writing. Fennel steps over the bench, now facing me directly.
Are you dissatisfied with what you're making?
No, not exactly. Not more than usual. It's just I don't know how to communicate my thoughts to others. The whole plot looks too contrived. I'd stopped reading after the first page.
Hmm. Do you think your readers are stupid?
No! If anything, it's my own fault that I'm a clumsy writer, not theirs.
Then do you not trust them?
I don't. I mean, I really want to, but I'd be lying if I said I did.
I see. If you can't bring it around no matter what, why not prove that you yourself can be trusted?
Vincent leans closer to my personal space, making me recoil a bit.
Mm.
Get away! Oh god, that face!
What a face.
Oh
Show
god.
that you've done research.
I I'm worried. I've seen this face before and Ryan and Stan taunted me with this face.
Oh.
That you're knowledgeable about the subjects you're handling. That you're involved as much as your reader is. That you're prepared to bear your mind and soul.
Jesus.
His presence suddenly overbearing. Vincent looms over me. My breathing hitches. I feel small.
And you still want to kiss him.
Yeah, wouldn't I be making a fool out of myself if I admit my weaknesses?
Yes, it'll make you vulnerable. It'll leave you in the open. Naked in public. Guts out. Come, Copperfield.
Uh,
Jesus
uh,
Christ.
Vincent?
Vincent!
$1.99 only.
Oh, God.
Thrilling, right?
You.
Yet still, you'll be the one in control. Because it was your conscious decision to reveal the information, and you hold power over it.
With those words, Vincent leaves my personal bubble and drops on a bench beside me.
Having nothing to hide puts you both at an advantage and disadvantage. But my opinion is that it's worth it.
Ah, I suppose that's one way to go about it. If it were me, I'd rather have the work exist separately from its author. If anything, I prefer working as anonymously as possible.
Yeah, I'm not saying my approach would work for each and every person.
Mm-hmm.
You should choose what suits you best. But most importantly, don't underestimate your readers. Make them feel like your story is the best thing they'll ever experience. Make them feel like they can only feel that way with you. That way with you. And there you have it. A story you can be proud of.
The way you put it sounds like you're selling your mind to others.
Does it? I'd call it sharing. Besides, being insincere in your work will result in flavorless throwaway texts. Do you want to write disposable garbage like that?
Mr. Fennel, you're intense.
You know what?
That's a lot of knowledge for someone as young as you, Mr. Fennel.
I'm just saying what I learned from more experienced writers. And I suppose I'm really passionate about writing.
Oh, I didn't know.
He wrote cult stuff!
Is he writing
That was-
something too?
Yeah, probably a cult Bible.
Uh,
You just looked like you needed advice. Were the words I chose enough?
yeah. Thanks. I owe you one, even though I'm a touch bit uncomfortable right now.
But you're also turned on, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just cop a feel.
Yeah. Yeah. Charles is absolutely into it.
Actually, would you like to read what I've written so far? Actually, Charles is canonically asexual.
That's right. He did seem like you kind of wanted something with Vincent.
I mean,
I'm trying to remember exactly what
he
that
was definitely in love with Vincent, but I don't think there was any like just romantic attraction.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay.
I think I could use some feedback.
Sure. Don't expect mercy.
Bring it on. I'll fetch you my notebook next week then. There's a lot written, so you can take your time with it. Our conversation is cut off by the ringing school bell.
Bring balloon school! Fucking hell! What the class?
During our final high school year, Vincent joins the student council and invites me to do the same.
Didn't you mention that you wanted to influence school life, if possible? I believe it's a good opportunity to do so.
I think it's not about good ideas, but rather the ability to convince others, which is something you have.
Oh, it's like I have the makings of a cult leader. And right now I'm using it to convince you to try it.
Ugh, so persistent. Okay, fine, I'll tag along.
Success! You'll definitely regret it.
Wait, that's the opposite of words of encouragement. I love that face. It's past 6 p.m. We're one of the last students leaving the school. I stretch and allow myself to let out a prolonged yawn. Today's meeting was so tiring. I need a no people day soon, though.
I can understand that.
Says Vincent, who talked during the whole meeting. How'd you even have the energy for all that arguing? Me towards people on the internet everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, I actually have a problem where I do think I don't get angry enough in situations where I should, but that's because I'm too tired to get angry.
Yeah,
That's a mood.
it's like a risk assessment. Like, is it even worth it?
Yeah.
If it's on the internet, probably not.
Yeah.
And then 1 week later, I'm like, I should have been pissed about that. I'm pissed now.
Yeah, it's thinking about a comeback in the shower a week later.
And you're like, "But it's
You know, I
too
should have
late."
said that.
Exactly.
Wakes up in the morning, bolts upright in bed. That fuck.
I'll know what to say next time something like that specifically happens. I just enjoy good discussion.
More like uncivilized discourse. Everyone was basically trying to shout louder than the others.
Thrilling, isn't it?
I can't believe you.
I'm joking.
No, you're not.
It was indeed a bit tiring. I'm not a big fan of the noise. However, I don't feel like going home just yet.
Well, the weather's not bad. I was planning to invite you for a walk anyway.
All right. Should we walk in silence for a while? I'm tired of listening to your voice.
His cockerel
Damn.
goes brockerel. Good plan. I let my vision lose focus and feel the world around me slow down.
Eduardo!
We part ways after an hour of strolling around the park. Feeling re-energized, I spend the whole evening leisurely studying subjects ahead of the program. We're waiting for the next class to start. Henrietta sits near me on the windowsill, dozing off with a chem textbook in her hands. I'm so tired of social media. Everyone's talking so much, but no one's talking about things that really matter. And I feel bad for contributing. Henrietta yawns and stretches, then pinches my nose.
What do you think people should be talking about then, genius? And who are you to decide what matters and what doesn't?
Shut it, I know. I'm just saying how I feel. And I feel tired.
Your judgments are useless then. It's like wanting a teenage melodrama to have a deeper meaning. Want something profound? Read a book. Or go talk to Fennel. He's like a combination of a therapist and a saint, so no wonder you love that.
Way to trivialize him. He's like a god.
A human. You're just biased because he validates you.
Okay, good point.
Still, I don't get it. What's so...
Yep, you got cut off.
Oh, did I?
Mhm.
What's so good about him? Aren't you singing him praises just because he's polite?
Just because he has the human decency to make effort to be kind to others. He's hardworking, reliable, and after talking to him, I always feel like I've ascended to some new level of human consciousness. Someone's buying into the cult.
Mm,
Also, he appreciates the concept of personal space, unlike some.
he doesn't always do that, now.
No.
Are you done yet?
Now you're just being jealous.
Maybe it's just that Charles doesn't mind his invasions of personal space.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, Eiler.
See? No human decency. Vincent would be like, would you kindly fuck yourself?
That's the same thing.
Might as well be. I wonder if he's ever gotten angry at someone.
He just has high self-control. I lost mine somewhere along the way when I tried to prove that I'm not a doormat for others to step on.
Huh, so she's conscious about her attitude after all. Mean Henri is the best Henri. Actually, any Henri is great. I can't tell you not to worry about it, though. But I like you the way you are.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Vincent comes over to do a research project for school. I welcome him into my room with rubber gloves still on my hand.
What do you need those gloves for?
Oh.
Eiler, you look proud of yourself.
Of course. Cleaning done. Clothes ironed. I can focus on schoolwork in peace.
Good. You seem to be especially scrupulous when it comes to organizing.
I just can't seem to focus when there's something out of place. I end up thinking about a single sheet of paper lying around unsorted instead of doing something useful. Oh, but that's not the worst of it.
Must be tough. My workspace isn't very organized in comparison, although I don't have many personal possessions.
Don't like stuff piling up.
That too, and perhaps I'm not very sentimental.
I briefly wonder if that's really the only reason, but decide not to press on. Let's change the topic. That being said, remember when we were all about collecting stickers and stuff?
Yeah, everyone was crazy about trading.
I still have my collection. I can't bring myself to throw away my cat toys, too. It's kind of embarrassing.
Why? You must have loved them a lot. Wow! It's the cat toys!
Oh, you guys, hold on. We're gonna let her back in.
Heard cat toys and I was like, mine!
Just heard the word cat.
I'm sorry if she makes more noises because she's probably going to make more noises. My cat has anxiety, and sometimes she has
Aw.
fits, and she will make that noise at her tail.
Aww.
So that she's not fighting a cat, I promise. She's just
Fighting
having
her
a
inner
fit.
demons.
Yeah.
She's facing her true self.
She's fighting the ghosts in the house. That makes her a good girl. You fight those
Yeah.
ghosts.
Having things you love doesn't make you seem infantile.
Well, yeah, when you put it like that. What about you? Didn't you have your favorite stuff?
Uh, no. I only bought popular things regardless of whether I like them or not.
Oh, I see. And then?
Then I threw them away as soon as they became useless.
At this moment, Vincent's gaze seemed empty. His face didn't convey any particular emotion, even though he was smiling, which felt horribly out of place. For a second, it felt like we weren't talking about bootleg Digimon stickers, but something entirely different. Well, yeah, I see. You must have no interest in material possessions. That's admirable. Vincent pauses for a bit, then answers.
Yeah, that must be it.
His words sound hollow. The sun is about to rise. Henry is falling asleep on a beanbag with a joystick in his hand. That is such a cute image.
Oh,
Henri comes to hang out on weekends. Sometimes she brings her brother, whom she's begrudgingly babysitting. We play video games and eat snacks. When Henri is not in a school environment, she's far less stressed out. Even her voice sounds lower than usual. Crap, your brother is good at rhythm games.
yeah. Use him as you like if you need to. Use him as you like if you need to score full combos. That's all he's good for anyway.
Aren't you being a little harsh?
Lazy.
Oh, you cut out there.
Oh. He deserves it for being a lazy ass. Have you seen his grades? It's like he's made it a goal for himself to become the worst student of the year.
Maybe his mind just works differently from the rest.
Yeah, that too. But for the most part, he just wants to play MMOs all day. I want to help him, but I also want a break from all of this shit. I'm tired of working at part-time jobs to help parents sustain his lifestyle. Do you know how much console games cost? Add that to a monthly MMO subscription, gacha pools, and merchandise, and you'll get my monthly salary.
Your parents don't have to buy all of that, you know.
Henry says they motivate him, so if they don't, he just refuses to leave the room.
Sheesh. Henri looks at the ceiling, contemplating something.
Eiler, I was thinking,
Yes?
aren't we actually dating?
What? Henri starts counting on her fingers.
Look, it's the 5th time I'm staying over. You take me out for nice food, carry my bags when I'm shopping. You even look after my brother when I'm busy.
Aren't all of these just things a decent person would do, Miss Warhol? I fail to see your point. Aren't you the one who's always like, ah, I wish someone would call me princess and take me on the cute dates. We'd buy matching clothes and cuddle on a sofa. Henri nudges me with her elbow, violently.
Yeah, you're far from that. Please don't use that squeaky voice to imitate me ever again. Still, what should we call this?
Does it need a specific term? If you're talking about becoming each other's possessions, then I'm against it. No one ever belongs to anyone. Yet for some reason, everyone thinks a meaningless string of letters can bind people to them.
Isn't it normal to want something you can call your own?
It rubs me the wrong way. That would mean treating others as commodities, which in turn contributes to a mindset intrinsic to a capitalist society.
Oh my god,
Blah,
dude.
blah,
You're
blah.
so ace.
You just had to bring your pointless philosophy into it. Just say it in normal people words.
Sorry. I
Blah,
just
blah,
don't
blah.
know yet.
Capitalism this and capitalism that, and
Come on, we're not in the horror aspect anymore. We don't need to be bringing up capitalism.
that's the dystopia I asked for.
Henri sighs.
Well, me neither. Hold on, let me try something.
Henri leans in and kisses me.
So, how was it?
Hmm. It was supposed to be this amazingly good thing that every story leads up to. But it didn't really feel like anything out of the ordinary.
What if it was, with someone else?
I think it'd be the same. You know I'm not too comfortable with physical stuff. Is there something wrong with me after all?
Want me to hit you? Aren't you the one that keeps going on tirades about everyone experiencing life differently? Just because I don't understand doesn't mean it's yours.
Sorry, I just feel like I'm constantly letting people down. Ooh, this is getting real for me.
Then find a downer like you. Jeez. stop worrying about it. Just look at Fennel being uncomfortable in his own company.
Vincent's always surrounded by people, though. He only started isolating himself just recently.
I've only talked to him a few times. It felt like he wasn't even there. He's not really listening to what you say. So, my conclusion is that he's full of shit. But at least he's content with it.
Maybe he was just bored around you.
Maybe. But he's like that around literally everyone. And you kind of suck at reading people. I bet Fennel's the kind of person who'd populate a planet with clones of himself and be happy about it.
Where did that come from? If I cloned myself or had my personality divided into parts, it'd end in a mass suicide.
Oh my god.
Now you're getting weird. Anyway. I guess it's stupid to try and mold you into something you're not. Even if you do everything a romantic partner would, it's pointless if you're not feeling it.
I'm sorry.
There you go again. It should be a thank you, shouldn't it?
You're right. Thank you, Henri. Push me off. I won't let her get away that easy. Painting? It's in my room, so of course it's wonderful. But that one's especially so. You're both so adorable. You, Lady Nellie, and Lord Mel. How old were you when this was painted? Huh? Ah, that painting! Goodness, yes, you have a good eye for art. It is magnificent, isn't it? This was done when I was 4 and Mel was 7. You see how we're standing next to each other, holding hands? I was too young to remember it well, but Mel looks like he was really embarrassed. But standing there like statues makes for a boring painting.
Nellie explained brightly. Having completely forgotten she was pressed up against the white-haired girl, she did a little twirl, stopping to face the portrait.